on this computer. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're recording now, and hopefully I'll do a better job sharing my screen tonight because I'm not super amazing at sharing my screen. So let's everybody mute. I see. Let's see. I'm the host. I can mute people. Okay, I'm gonna mute Cindy Anderson because she's not muted. Let's see. Oh, Vicky's muted. I'm trying to make sure I mute everybody. I don't know Cindy. Is Cindy Ashley's new person? Ashley? Awesome! Yay, Cindy! I'm glad you're here. I don't see her on here. Okay, I don't know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I hit the wrong thing. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. All right, so I decided that our opportunities actually go back. Victoria has been blowing it away, signing new people that want to work and asking me questions about how to help her new people. And so through that process, I kind of realized that our opportunities seekers group did not have a very simple process. Like it's all in there maybe, but it's kind of confusing and it's kind of overwhelming. And I was talking to Jeremy today and I'm like, I finished. You have to see what I did. He's like, what did you do? And I'm like, well, I tried to explain it. I'm like, you're not going to get it, but here's the deal. I made something super simple and like organized. He's like, that's impressive. I said, yeah, the one that takes like 100 words to say something that could be said in 5 words. And he starts busting out laughing because that's who I am. Like, simple is not easy for me, but I think that this is going to be simple now. And this is something that you're going to be added to a group on Facebook, and something that you're going to add your new people to when they say they want to share or when they have somebody that's interested. And it's going to walk them through exactly what to do. And you can walk them through it. This is, ideally, you'll walk them through this. But worst case scenario, somebody signs up and they have an upline that doesn't support them and somehow they don't get supported, they can still go into this group and find everything they need to share Plexus. Now, y'all know that we came out with Super Saturday, we came out with this send, share, invite process, and we've been trying to follow it, but there's pieces of it in the back office, but it's still not like cookie cutter, super simple. So that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I'm gonna show y'all right now. So let's figure out how to share my screen. I'm so bad at this. Okay, share, screen, share. Okay, now I need to go to this. Now, nobody send me Facebook messages while we're doing this, okay? Because they'll keep popping up and we won't be able to do this. Okay, so let's go to, there's a new unit, there's a new page now called Simple Sharing System. And right now it just has 3 members, Jana and me and Vicky. And here is the Simple Sharing System group. And I made all the graphics, so yay me. And here are the units, okay? These are the units. The first unit tells you where to start. How cool, right? It says start here. And the first unit is going to give you an introduction to the send, share, invite process. It just kind of explains what the send, share, invite process is. There is a training video from Genevieve. There's a PDF that explains the send, share, invite process. And then there's the leads you didn't know you had PDF. That's in 2 places, but I don't care because it's important. So this first part of this section is going to tell you what the send, share, invite even is. Like when we say the send, share, invite system, what do we mean? Okay, so for learners that like to look at things, we have the PDF, and for people that like to watch things, we have the video, and for people that like to make sure they really understand, we have the PDF and the video. So the next thing in this unit is an example flow. No, wait, that was, ooh, I need to fix that. No, that's right. Okay, so this is an example script. This kind of just shows you an example of the whole process of send, share, invite, what it could look like with a prospect. Okay, so this is just an example. Okay, that's just an example script just to kind of help you wrap your head around, well, she told me this is what send, share, invite is, but what does that look like? Okay, so this is an entire script. The next thing that you're going to find, oh goodness, I've got so many things open. Okay. All right. The next thing you're going to find is, and this is my favorite part right here. Okay. I'm going to go back to the unit so you can see how it looks right here. Okay. This first unit says start here and it explains what the send, share, invite is. But look at number 3. Someone is interested and wants to know more. Help. Okay, how many of you guys have had one of your ambassadors say, okay, so-and-so's interested, what do I do? Or so-and-so asked about Plexus, what do I do? Well, look, you can go right here and help them, or they can help themselves, okay? Someone is interested, help. And the way I did this, there are other ways we can do this. This is just one way so that people have a way they can do that they know exactly what to do. So this way gives you exact words to say when someone's interested that help you determine which of the 199 welcome pack videos to send them. So somebody can follow this exact script. The answer will be one of the welcome pack choices, and then you will send them the welcome pack choice. It basically says, send this message, then send the video, watch the video, and then you can follow up with a comment and this message. So there's an example. If you look at the comments to this post, there's the videos. Based on what they answer to the question, it tells you exactly which video to send them. And then the important thing to remember and to teach your new people is every time you send a tool, you can always ask, what did you think? What did you think is always a good question. And Vicki and I need to fix that because she didn't understand what I was doing. But what did you think is always a good question. And you can teach your people that. And I think it's there. But I gave you an example question. What did you think? Does this sound like something you can get excited about? Or does this sound like a good fit for you? And here's the deal. At the point that someone says, yes, it sounds like a good fit, then you move to closing. If they don't say it sounds like a good fit, if they're not ready yet, then you start moving through the send, share, invite process, okay? So then you can go back because we already talked about that they're gonna do the send, share, invite process. So let's go back to our unit and see what else we've got here. Okay, so when someone expresses interest and you need to help them, you can go there. Now here's some other things that you can do because that's only one way. There's a couple of ways that you're going to connect with potentials. Obviously, one way is right here. Someone is interested and wants to know more. Well, if that happens, you can send them that message and you can follow that. Now, that would be the send process. And so after that, you would move on to share and invite. Now, there's also making your list. So if you have a new ambassador, I would explain the send, share, invite process and then go to making their list, because their list is going to be what they're going to use to generate prospects. What's the word? Proactively. Facebook or directly. Your list is what you're going to use to message people, and that's direct. That's directly getting prospects. And if you're commenting and asking me a question, I can't see it right now. But that's going to be direct. If you post on Facebook, that's going to be indirect. So you're going to share directly and indirectly by sending messages from the people on your list or by posting on Facebook, and then you're going to go from there. So if you have a new ambassador, you're going to want them to understand our simple send, share, invite process, and you're going to want to make a list. And then you need to generate leads or prospects or potentials. Those are all the same word. In sales, they talk about leads, interest, prospects, potentials. It doesn't really matter, but you need those because you can't follow up if you don't have anybody interested. You can't send, share, invite if you don't identify who to send, share, invite to. One way to identify that is obviously you're just out talking and somebody asks and they want to know more. Great, you can go right here. But you want to make a list and then you want to help them make a first post because that's a good way to generate leads. Then once somebody's interested and wants to know more, guess what? You can follow this and you send the video. If they're not ready, then you can follow, that's the send, and so then you can move on to share and invite because the goal here is to continue to expose them to different tools and different resources and different information until they have enough information to be ready, because I truly believe that anyone who gets enough information about what Plexus can do for them, for their problems, will want to give it a try because it's amazing and it can help people with their problems. So your job is to continue following up with valuable information until they're ready. And we do that through the send, share, invite, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. And that's what's cool about the the the, the list. And I'll click on making your list here because making your list, we have a link to the leads you didn't know you had. And the reason this is a great thing to start your new ambassadors out with when they're starting to talk about, when they're wanting to share, is they're going to come up with, these are memory joggers. These are going to help them think of people. I would definitely add some to the bottom about some of the physical things that we know, like I'd add migraines and some of those things that they're not going to put on here because they're not compliant. But I'd put some of those things on the bottom because there's blanks down here at the bottom that you can put other things on. And chart, I don't know if you can read it, but it actually says, it has a box for send, a box for share, a box for invite, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes for follow-up. And so this list is going to guide the activity of your new ambassador. They're going to fill out this list, they're going to show you this list, and then you're going to walk through helping them send, share, invite, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, okay? So this is a great starting point. Now, I went ahead and under the list, I put an example, an explanation from Melissa Eichenhorst on, no, this is actually from Brooke, I think. If they just hate that document or you've tried to get them to fill it out a few times and they just won't, you can tell them to make a list of 10 easiest, 10 best. And this explains that. It's just another way. And I would actually use a lot of those ideas right there, the different issues that people can have as some of the blanks on the leads you didn't know. Anyway, and then there's a video here about growing your team. Well, this is an article about using the 64 contact sheet, but I like the leads you didn't know list better. I would definitely use it unless for some reason it doesn't work for your person. Okay, so then the next thing is the ideas for first posts. I kind of explained why you want to do a first post and what to do. It talks about once you post and people show interest, throw them in a chat with your upline. It tells them to do that right here. And it even gives the script for what to say to put them in a chat. But the really cool thing here is I have gone to the Jewel page and I have about 13 examples of first posts. So I've got all different kinds of first posts. And so you can give one to your person that you think, oh, I'm going to love that because I love this post. You can give one to your person. You can let them read and say, which one sounds most like you? And then help them craft it to be them. But there's lots of good examples. Some of them came from Emily Roberts. Some of them came from some other Jewels. I mean, they're good first posts. So that's one way to, start generating leads. But then they're going to send messages and they're going to use the leads you didn't know you had, and they're going to send messages. And I've actually got some message ideas. You see there are 5 comments, so there's message ideas. But I also explain what they're trying to do. I explain here that when they message, they're not trying to convince everyone to sign up. That would be awesome, but that's not realistic. And I explain the idea of, let's say that Jeremy and I just went on a date. Well, we're visiting Myrtle Beach, and we just went on a date, and we just had steak, and salad, bread, and cobbler or something. And then we go past the rolled ice cream place. And oh my goodness, everybody's talking about how amazing the rolled ice cream place is. And, but we just are so stuffed that we can't stop and eat it. Does that mean that rolled ice cream is not amazing? No. Does that mean that we might not one day or the next day want rolled ice cream when our stomachs deflate a little bit? Maybe. It just means that we aren't hungry for that ice cream at that time. And so what you're trying to do when you message is find the people that are hungry for a change. And those people are going to be the ones that are going to respond. And when people don't respond, it doesn't mean that the products are bad. It doesn't mean that you're bad. It doesn't mean you did it wrong. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It doesn't mean that you're terrible at this business. It means that you haven't found a person that's hungry for what you have. Now, one of the ways to help them see they're hungry is by advertising. obviously the more they know, the more they're going to see that maybe they really are hungry for this. But in your initial message, you're just looking for those people that are hungry. And then you're going to give them more information, hungry or at least open. And that's what you're looking for, okay? So I try to give a realistic expectation, and I think that's important for them to understand. They're going to get no's. That's okay. That's normal. They probably said no at first too. Most people do. So anyway, I give some examples, and then I say when someone says yes to more information, then we go to the next, we go to the send. Right here it says, whoops. When someone says yes to more information, you go to the send unit, because basically the send, share, invite starts once somebody is open to information. To get somebody to be open to more information, you have to first message them. So first message ideas, post on Facebook, or call somebody or talk to them or whatever. But you have to share a little bit first. So it's kind of like share, or maybe engage, or interest, or advertise, and then you get send, share, invite. So anyway, so that's kind of how the process works. So I also I just put some resources in here. There are two comments. I'm going to add some more things, but this is the product price list. It's the most current, and this is the product catalog. Okay, so that's the first unit. Now, the rest of this is pretty simple. Okay, so start here is kind of the most complicated, but then we have send. And so my goal here was to put all of the possible resources that you need for the send process. Now, send is when you send the first short video, typically. So on step 1, I explained what's going on. People are excited and reaching out to you because you've either posted or sent them an initial message. What can you send them to show them what we're all about? Check it out. All right, so here's a message you can send, and then send a video. And then ask, what did you think? Okay, super simple. So what video should you send? Well, here you go. We have got the product video. Whoops, that's me. We've got the opportunity video. We've got the empowerment video, the triplex plus core health video, and we've got the triplex video right there. Those are great initial videos to send to see if you're kind of interested in this Plexus thing, okay? Or we've got all of the product info sheets in the comment to this post. So there is a link to all, whoops. Oh, there we go. All of the product info sheets are linked in this post. And I took out the personal thing, I think, and so it just goes to the company site. So that's all of the product info sheets in that one of the unit. And then, oh, I didn't fix, oh, no. I just, it says, Vicki, here's the rest, but there you go. And then send a product video. So then, if you want to send something different, I've got all the product videos here and one random one. But so here's the product videos. If you notice one that's missing, comment and I'll add it. And then here's the other thing I've got, because a lot of times in the send process, I'll send them a welcome pack video, but I'll also send them a graphic explaining the welcome packs. So these are the welcome pack shareables. I think they are all here, and all of them are updated, except for the one that has the Slim Metaburn block. I have not found one yet. Oh no, the Slim Lean block. I didn't see an updated one, so it still says Slim Lean block instead of Slim Lean balance, but it's good enough. And what I did was I tried to, on the ones that have multiple versions, like this one, I tried to put all the versions as a comment under them, so, and then go back out for the other one. So like when there's 3 different way options, they're all together there. So you should be able to find each welcome pack graphic, and this is the way I like to explain which products are in there. I like to send people a video and a graphic, because some people want to watch a video, some people want to look at a graphic. So these are in the send, okay? So this is how you send the initial information. And then once you send something, you ask, what do you think? And then, if they say, does this look like a good fit for you? Awesome. Yes, go to closing, okay? Most likely they're not going to say yes yet. Say, you know what? I have a story I want to share. So let's go to the units again. We have send, then we have share. Step 2 is share, and that's typically a story. So we have, if you sent a video, ask them what they thought, and the answer is positive, but they aren't ready to purchase, you will move to the share phase. Share one of the resources in the comments that you feel like your potential will be able to relate to. And I know I ended that in a preposition, but I was busy and trying to go fast. So we've got, there's tons of stories in the Sonny and Cher articles. We've got the opportunity, we've got all the Diamond Docs right here by category. We've got the Because of Plexus stories are listed here. The My Story tool, in case y'all haven't seen this, I'm going to show you really quick. I haven't made my story yet, which I need to, but if you look here, you can look at weight loss tag. It is going to pull up, whoops, it's going to pull up all these weight loss stories. And as you can see, there's several pages of weight loss stories. And these are all stories that you can copy and paste. And guess what? They're even compliant if you're worried about being compliant. So this is a really cool link, and I'm really excited that y'all have this as an option. Okay, so back here, so that's the My Story library. Stories of Hope short YouTube series. So these are all the stories of hope, like the ones that Ricky, the ones that, Kristen Abart and Jared Abart did. So I've got them listed, and so those are the shareables. Now, sometimes you might, though, somebody might be interested in the business, and you might need to follow up with the business shareable. So these are the shareable graphic type things. This is an emerald check. I have a sapphire one I need to find, and I need to get Ashley to give me a diamond one. And then I've got the income disclosure statement right here. So Kristen, if you were looking for the income disclosure statement, you'd be able to find it right here. And then I've also got the compensation plan summary form. I didn't put the big one because almost nobody wants to look at the big one. But so those are business shareables. And then there's also videos for business potentials. And I say, these are too long for the send phase. You don't want to send these to find out if they're initially interested. You just want to send these as a follow-up if they're not ready. And so I've got, it tells you what they are, and these are good. Oh, and I need to put this in that other post, but this is the before and after lookbook. And so this is another good, thing you can send people if they want to see some weight loss. It has a lot of weight loss stories in it. It has the story, it has the, remember all the dots. So there are 20 pages of this. If somebody wants weight loss, this probably will convince them, okay? All right, so that's in the shareables, because shareables, remember, we're sharing a story, okay? Or we might be sharing additional information about our comp plan. So that's why I threw that in there. Okay, so that is what's in the share. So send, share, and then invite. Okay, invite's a little harder to put in the unit because I don't, we're gonna have 3-day trials every month, and I need to write that information in there. But, oh, it would be nice if my units would show up again. Let's see. Load. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I need to put that in there because invite can be a 3-day trial. It'd be great if it would show me my units. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So invite. It explains the invite process. Basically, you're inviting them to an event or an opportunity or some kind of connection. Like you might be inviting them through a 3-way chat. You might be inviting them to try a sample. You might be inviting them to an event. You could invite them to our Healthy Start Somewhere page and tag them in some stories. That's kind of listed right there. And then the second one there just explains how to use the sampling link. Okay, so because we have the sampling link now, and that's a great way to invite them to an experience. Basically, you send information, share a story, invite them to an experience. All right, then, well, what's next on the little lead you didn't know chart? Follow up. So this one has how to successfully follow up, and then how to successfully overcome objections. Now, in the follow-up part, I give you lots of different, because I like to have scripts. So there are 9 comments here with ideas of ways to follow up. And they are good follow-up tips because I got them from Jules or from my own experience sometimes, which I've messaged and followed up with a lot of people. So, all right, so that's follow-up. I don't need to say anything else about that except for the objections. I mean, it's really helpful. There's some videos that the how to successfully overcome objections, I actually do go through and talk about the most common objections and what to say. And then there are videos in the comments that people can watch to help them understand how to deal with objections. I think talks about the shield of confidence, the feel, felt, found method, the cost objection. I think that watching videos is one of the best ways to understand how to deal with objections. I tried to look for scripts, but for objections, it's really best to embrace the video. Okay, so after that, there is a section on closing, and guess what? I copied all of the scripts from Sarah Taylor's Bold Closing Strategies Masterclass, and also used, you can see there are 12 comments. So I explain how to close, and then I give you lots of scripts for closing. So if your ambassador is struggling, if they're saying, yeah, I've got these people interested, but nobody's ready to buy, well, y'all need to go spend some time in the closing unit, okay? Because it will help you with scripts to use to get them to close. And basically, here's my tip for closing. When you're talking to somebody, you give them info, you ask them what they thought, you go for the close. If they're ready for the close, awesome. You sign them up. If they're not ready for the close, it means they need more info or they have an objection you haven't uncovered yet. So you ask more questions, you follow up, and then you go for the close again. You see if they're ready. You keep going for the close because it's going to help you figure out if they're ready. And if they're not ready, you're going to figure out what their objection is. You're not going to keep playing with them over and over again. So don't be scared to go for the close. You're not going to prematurely go for the close and ruin the whole thing. You're just going to find out what their objection is sooner. Okay, all right, then unit 7 is customer care. All right, so what I did in this unit is this right here, the customer care tracker, is that cute little checklist we got at convention, the customer care tracker thing. And I think that you should either mail one of these or send them this link to every new customer or wholesaler and get them to fill it out and screenshot it back to you, because it's a great way to help them organize their goals, assess where they are when they get started, and it is great for you to go back to when they say, well, I'm not noticing anything. You're like, oh, okay, so you're not sleeping better? You're still sleeping an 8 out of a 2 out of a 10? Oh, no, I am sleeping better. Oh, well, so you aren't noticing, that you aren't snacking as much? Oh, well, yeah, the scale hasn't budged, So it's a good way to follow up with non-scale things, especially. So you want to do this. And then I gave you 2 different options here. This weekly customer care scripts is exactly what to say to follow up each week for 4 weeks from Emily Gibson. The script for an entire month comes from Ashley Kensel, and it gives you what to say basically every 3 days. It varies the follow-ups. It helps you to build belief in them throughout the process. It helps remind you to encourage them. It helps remind you to have them share. And then I got new graphics on how to start the products from a friend in the Jewel page, because I was finding that the ones that we have them going too fast. And I was not even using them because they were annoying me. So these are different than what you've seen before. They're a little shorter. I like them better. Okay, so they're there. I mean, they're a little slower, and I like them a lot better. There's also some good videos to send them when they start right there, and to help them get started. And then after all these graphics, we have, this is something you may not have seen because we put it in there, but I don't think we talked about it. And I think it's sideways, so it's not going to be awesome. But basically, if they're okay, if they're having issues, these issues are along the bottom, and it tells you what to do to help with these issues. Like if this was their thing and they're not having results, this part really helps you to figure out how to troubleshoot people if they're having issues. Okay, so this is a really good chart, and you should just print it out so you can see it and it's not sideways. So I don't know how to make it not sideways, and we'll deal with that later if we can figure out how to make it not sideways. Okay, so that's the customer care. You can see we follow the whole process. Start here, send, share, invite, follow up, close, customer care. That is exactly the process they need to do these things in. And it'd be nice if it would show me my stuff again. We're almost done, by the way, y'all, except it's not showing. So while it loads, I'll go to my phone. Let's see, because it doesn't want to show that anymore. So I'll tell you what the other units are, and you'll just have to trust me. Okay, so after customer care, we have a unit. Unit 8 is how do I work my business? And so basically, I go through the laundry process. I give you the 6 steps to working your business: expand your network, build relationships, send initial messages, follow, use the unit 1, and then follow the steps in 2 through 4. Follow up with potentials. See unit 5. Close the deal. See unit 6. Provide quality customer care. See unit 7. And then I give you some examples of relationship building messages. It'd be great if it would show me that. And then I give you, oh, there we go, yay, because I kind of wanted to show you this. So that's explaining the steps that you need to do to work your business. That gives you some relationship building messages, because we already gave you the Plexus messages. And then give you a sample daily Facebook IPA tracker and a daily Instagram IPA tracker. And they're really good. I stole them from Ashley Kinsel. They're amazing. Okay, and then unit 9. This is going to be amazing for your new ambassadors. This just really simple general posting tips. Then I did some engagement post examples and ideas, and that was the last thing I did, so I need to do some more. Then right after that is Plexus post ideas, and you have 17, I think, and you can see different ideas of posts. And really cool thing, let me show you here. Okay, let's look at this one. Chris Helmer, law enforcement and energy. Okay, so law enforcement and energy. Let me scroll down to Chris. Okay, here we go. Here's what's really awesome. My Instagram people are gonna be excited. So here's this post, here's the picture. Awesome, right? In the comments of most of these is a different version for Instagram stories or Facebook stories. So you can use these on your stories, because Ashley has a big Insta team, and so she had these for Insta. Anyway, this is a really good way to say, just pick one of these posts. They're good posts, they look good, and they can go use one of these posts while they're still learning how to post. They don't have to think about what to post. They can just go to this unit and pick a post. We will add more to that, but that's what we got for now. And then I have not finished Unit 10 yet. Unit 10 is going to explain the process to go silver, like what you need to do to help your ambassador go silver, or what they can do on your own if you're a lazy bum and you don't help them go silver. But it's going to explain the process and have the details that you need to understand how to go silver. But basically, if you help your people do the steps in step 1, start here, make their list, make their first post, send their messages to people on their list, follow the send, share, invite, follow up, close the deal, give them good customer care, try to get them to share, and start the process over again. It's like a Ferris wheel. It just keeps going and going and going, okay? So this is going to have, like, my goal was, when you need to send something, you just go to the send unit and you pick something from the send unit. And then when you need to follow up, you can go to the follow-up unit and pick a script from the follow-up unit. And you can find whatever you need easily in that unit, and you can follow this process, and it tells you what to do. So, and there's not a bunch of extraneous information. It is exactly what you need, not too much and not too little. Now, we haven't tried to use it yet, so there will be some tweaks and things as we're trying to learn how to work through it. But I think if you use it and then teach your new people how to use it, it's going to make it very simple for them to send, share, and invite. And that's it. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing now. And, oh, yay, Phyllis is clapping for me.
I have a question.
Okay, of course you have a question. What's your question?
I do. I promise. I was trying to follow, but
I know, it's okay. It was a lot.
Carla's tablet, she was trying to get everything to open up, but it wouldn't open up. So
you can't open it. You don't have it yet. You're not in the group.
I can.
No, you can't. You are not in the group. It is not in Op Seekers. There are 3 members of the group right now, me, Vicki, and Jana, because I've been posting stuff like a crazy person for the last 24 hours, and y'all would all be messaging saying, why are you posting a gazillion things? And people would be posting comments, and it would be getting in between there, so nobody's in the group yet because I was setting it up. It is now set up, and so I have to decide. I'm not positive if I'm going to allow commenting because I don't want things to get out of order. I want it all to be there. So I think that it's going to be a resource page, but we're not going to be tagging people in it. Because if we tag people, then it screws up the order of things. And if we put more comments in there, so I think it's going to be a page, it's a read-only page. If you want to change something, you can let me know. Like you can comment and, I mean, well, I don't want to do that. So if like Vicki, what she did today was she screenshot and then sent me a message about what she thought I should change. So if you want to add something or if you want to change something, then you can just let me know and I'll stay, I can stay in charge of it so that it doesn't, I don't have to be like, I don't know everything. There's probably things we need to add. I compiled this from various sources and there's going to be things we want to change as we're working through it, but I just want to keep it in order and simple for people. And I don't want it to get bogged down with tags and other things. So.
Well, I think you did an awesome job so far, and I appreciate all your hard work.
I'm so excited. I really am. I'm like, Vicki, this is awesome. I was going to tell her, and then I got distracted. I was going to tell her either they love it or they can go find a new team. Yes, it's awesome. And
I got a question, Aubrey. Yeah. I might have missed it because I walked into the other room to get something. Do you have included in the very beginning magic messages?
That's what the general post, like the first message is. Those are magic messages because a new person, that can be their first message, but a not new person can still send a first post message because basically you've got 2 streams coming into you. You've got people coming to you directly, and you've got people coming to you indirectly. People coming to you directly are people that comment on your Facebook post or people that message you and ask about Plexus. That's directly. And then you've got people that you have to message first, and then they come to you. So, so that's why we have different ways to share.
Yeah, Aubrey, I love that it's going to be an information page where things aren't getting lost in the mix.
I don't want things. Yes.
Girl, if you weren't so far away, I would hug your neck.
Oh, I am so excited. Like Mom's like, why are you up until midnight? And I'm like, I had this idea and I just had to get it done. Just like, what were you doing? I was like,
I love the way everything, the way all those different things are included in this. And we're not looking at
you didn't have to go
5 different places to find things.
Because they're in the back office, but it took me time to find them in the back office. I wanted it to be easy.
And as soon as we find them, they'll change it again.
Yes.
I love it.
Well, I'm interested in being able to see the new.
And like I said, there are probably things that we still need to add. And so if you find that you're using a resource that's not on there, then let me know. Because I want to make sure, I want this page to be everything people need to send, share, and invite. And that's why with the example, I gave a question. Like, I know Meredith uses the bang for your buck questions. And those are good. But what I was telling Vicki is I don't want there to be a whole bunch of different answers and a new person to have to figure out which welcome pack to recommend. I would rather it be, here are the options, which one sounds like what you want, and then then you know exactly what to send. Obviously, and I told her this is more for like newer people, although I think it would work fine for experienced people because simple is still always good. But I don't want there to have to be, them to have to know anything to be able to answer the questions. All they have to do is be able to follow the scripts and follow the advice. So that's why I did that the way I did that. And there's plenty of other ways you can do it, but that's why I did it that way. And we know that when people start with a $1.99 welcome pack, they're more likely statistically to stay, is what the coaches tell us. But I find that my people kind of get overwhelmed with all the products, and that's why I wanted something simple that I liked better. And I still may have them do blocks slower. Well, I don't know about balance now. I don't know how it is, but I did, like, I specifically went and harassed this one jewel named Natalie Becker. She's Nicole Gall's sister, and she was a teacher, so she's great with organization. I was like, okay, I saw you post a graphic, and it was a little slower, and I just think those others are too fast. So eventually I want to replace those with exactly what we want to recommend to people. That's slower, even slower, but these are better for now, I think. Because like, a new person doesn't know how to modify the plan. They just need to be able to send a chart. I want it to be so easy. Oh, thank you, Belinda. Anyway, so as you're working through it, if you find something that's confusing, or you find something that you think it would be better to do it or say it a different way, please let me know. Because I'm not saying this is perfect, but I'm really excited because I feel like it's something that I've been wanting for a long time. And I think I want to do the same thing with the silver. I want to be like, here's what you do first with your silver. Here's what you do next with the person you're trying to get to go silver. So, but basically, you just are prospecting through your person trying to go silver and working them through this process until they go silver, until they get it themselves. So, anyway, yeah. If you find a resource somewhere that you want in the group, tell me and I'll add it. I definitely can add some more to the resources tab. I just didn't. I went through the back office and looked at what was in there. And I went through our old Opportunity Seekers page, our Opportunity Seekers page, and I looked at what was in there. Anyway, any other questions? Okay, I haven't looked at the chat. When I had it, yay! It is available already. I need to start inviting people to it. So I think what I'll do is add Brittany to it and then ask her to add people to it. But I can go in and start adding people. I need to delete the one thing that Vicky said in there that was not about it. And I need to, don't add anybody unless you tell them not to comment on things, because I'll have to go through individually and turn commenting off for every single post. And I don't want to do that right now.
Hey, Aubrey, I think we need to turn commenting off before we add, but we can ask Brittany to do that for us tonight.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, let me find the one where you said it was duplicate. Did you understand why it's not a duplicate?
Yes and no.
Okay, I gave an entire explanation in one, and then I did the part, the part that was necessary in the second one.
Yes.
I wanted them to see the entire flow, but not get overwhelmed with the entire flow. So it's my group. I'm doing it my way.
Hey, I'm good with that. I didn't say anything.
Yes. And then we need to, I'm trying to go figure out how to, I'm trying to figure out how to turn off the commenting. All right, well, I'm going to add Brittany and then ask her to turn it off. But she can turn off the commenting on each post. She's having to sit right now. She hurt her foot. I don't even know if she's on here.
She's not, but we'll get with her.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys. So awesome. I'm telling you, this is going to be an absolutely amazing resource. And we'll be coming at you by the end of the week, maybe by tomorrow, of kind of where we're going with the team pages kind of a thing, okay? Because if you haven't looked, everyone was deleted out of the elite group because that group, we kind of have a vision and we just want to make sure we're all on the same page with our vision. And then we will let you know which direction we're going with all of that. So don't freak out if you go to the elite group and you can't find it or you're not a member anymore. None of you are members anymore. I deleted everybody out of it. Alrighty. So we're just trying to make steps simple. What the company's put out is good. It just needs to be kind of very simple, very granimals, very basic. Do this, now do this, now do this, now do this. Now you're going to back up and do this again, right? I mean, that's how it should be to get somebody to go silver, so that it's not so overwhelming. Because it's not overwhelming, but it's not overwhelming to us because we've lived it, breathed it, eaten it, you know, love it.
And I feel like the back office has so much information that it's overwhelming. And that's why, I mean, they could use their back office, but it's too much, and they don't give you the simplicity of it. So,
Yes.
so we're going to add you, look at it, play with it, you know, see what you think, and then let me know what you think needs to be adjusted, if anything needs to be adjusted to make it more understandable and simpler.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All righty, guys, my video on my computer's not working. I was on my phone earlier, but now I'm on my computer. So I just want you to know if there aren't any other questions. Going once?
It's awesome, Aubrey. Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right. All right. We want you to know that we are praying for you. You have 18 days, guys. Go to San Diego. 18 days. Don't look at your number and think it's not possible. Triple credits makes it possible. So we are praying for you. We love you. We want you to have a peaceful night. And as always, take that BioCleanse and don't forget to poop. All righty, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying on. We'll get you added to that group in the next 24 hours as soon as we get commenting turned off so that you can poke around and look at it yourself, but you are going to love it. All righty? Awesome. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night. Hey, Jana, if you're on and can chat, can you stay on for just a sec? Aubrey, did you stop recording?
I did not. Hold on.